Welcome to Restoring Men in History, and we are glad you're here. Depression, a lot of people are dealing with it. They talk to me, they call me, they're sad, they're depressed, they're overwhelmed by life. The stats show it, depression, and men deal with it, right? Men deal with depression and suicide, right? So we're going to talk about depression today, and we're going to give you 7 ways to overcome depression without medication. That is from Health 360 at Intermountain Health. They put this information out, so we're going to give it to you. And if you don't like to read, right here we are. We're going to say it for you. Symptoms of a depression first. So you got to find out, are you depressed? So how would you identify that? We're going to identify it. We'll write this down. So a major depressive episode, let's define it, is defined as experiencing 5 or more of the following symptoms every day for most days for 2 weeks or more. Got it? So 1, depressed or irritable mood. Have you experienced that? Sleep problems. Are you sleeping too much or too little? Especially, are you sleeping all through the day? 3, change in interest, not being interested in what you used to enjoy. That could be where you're going, not getting excited about seeing, I don't know what you do, going on a hike, or the things you used to love, playing sports, or going to the gym, or reading a book, going to the movies, meeting people, dating, whatever that is. You're just not interested in what you used to be interested in. And you got low motivation. And let me ask you this too, on the flip side, do you still get excited about anything? Right? You used to get excited about certain things, but you're not. What do you not get excited about anymore? Write that down. 2, excessive guilt or unrealistically low self-image. Low energy. Do you have low energy now? You used to have a lot more. Change in self-care. You're unkept. You don't take care of your hair. You don't comb it. You don't put on nice clothes. You don't dress well. Whatever you're doing, you eat too much and you're out of shape. Whatever that is, you just don't take care of yourself. Don't take showers. Don't clean up well, right? Don't shave. I don't know what it is, but shaving could be a look for you too, or long hair. So that's not initially. It's being unkept. Substantially worse concentrations, sharp decline in grades or performance, changes in appetite. Too much, too little, right? Agitation. Do you get agitated easily? Do you have severe anxiety or panic attacks? Now, here's a big one. Suicidal thoughts, plans, or behaviors. If you've got suicidal thoughts, reach out to a helpline or somebody to get help. Now, it's important to remember everybody who's depressed is not suicidal. You can still seek help if you're just depressed too, if you want to. But we're going to give you tips, again, without medication. Now, if you have some of the symptoms, we're going to give you the tips now. So if you like this subject and you want the tips, subscribe, like, and comment, and keep watching. All the following techniques that they give are supported by scientific research and medication prescribers, like psychiatrists. These skills are frequently recommended as parts of treatment, even for patients who continue to take antidepressant medications. Now, there's a warning here. If you're on some kind of medication and you start doing these, still go see your doctor. I'll just say that. Practice these coping skills every day. So practice as many of these as you can. All right, number 1, meaning. Find small ways to be, and we say this all the time. I think this is good. This is why I picked this list. This is why I read a lot of articles before I pick one. This one I like because it starts out with find small ways to be of service to others. What does that do? Get you out of your head. Get you thinking about others. And we're here to serve, right? So you start serving others, and I think you'll forget some of your problems while you're doing that. Also, if you see others in need and how they're struggling, you may know you're not the only one going through it right now. But you can help others. You can serve them. Find a larger purpose than yourself and serve. We say this all the time. It can be small. It could be just listening to somebody on the street. It could be just saying the name of a person at a restaurant. Hey, how you doing? How's your day? And actively really listening to them when they talk to you. That's helping someone, right? Could. It might make a difference and have an impact in their day for you to just say hello, their name, and how you doing today, and mean it, and really listen and say, oh, that's good. I'm glad you're reading that book, or how is that book? 2, goals. We talk about goals a lot. Find workable goals that give you a sense of accomplishment. Now, most people feel guilty, it says, when talking about goals because they set unreasonable or unworkable goals. So a goal is workable if what? Now, we've talked many times about goals, but I'm going to give you theirs. We talk a lot about this first piece. I always say have some goals that you can control. Now, I like you to have some goals that you can't control because you want to shoot bigly, right? And some goals you can't control. But some things you can control. Like I used to say, you can read 10 pages a day, right? You can go to the gym 3 times a week and lift heavy weights, right? You can control that, right? What's a goal you can't control? I'm going to close a $10 million deal by this Friday. Because that is depending on other people, right? But you can control, I'm going to make 20 calls to try to help close that deal by Friday, right? You see the difference? You can say, I'm going to take a 30-minute walk every day, right? For 5 days a week. So those are the things you can control, and they're goals you can't control that are still good. But we're talking about goals you control. 2, is it manageable, not overwhelming? 3, is it realistic for you, not someone else? 4, is it measurable? You know whether or not it's getting done. So if you say, I'm going to make 10 calls a day toward closing this deal and call the right people that I have to close this deal, that's measurable, right? You can make 10 calls a day if you have that many people to call. If you say you're going to walk 30 minutes a day for 5 days, that's measurable, right? These are measurable things. You say you're going to make 20 phone calls to raise money for a startup every day, that's measurable. And if something goes wrong, we always talk about that. What have you learned from the experience? If something goes wrong on a goal, what positive spin can you put on it? Maybe you met someone great. Maybe you met your wife there. Maybe you met a girlfriend. Maybe you met a great friend that you come out of that with. Maybe you learned something that will take you to the next level in the next company you start. So what can you learn from it versus a judgmental attitude? Oh, I messed up. This is why I'm horrible attitude, right? There's a difference. Oh, I learned this. I made this friend. I did this. I'm good. Not I'm a horrible person. I messed up. I'm not good at this. Self-talk. We talk about it all day. Don't limit yourself, right? And don't compare yourself to others. We just talked about that, so I'm not going to go into it. Don't compare yourself with somebody's strengths. Somebody has great strengths, and you compare your weaknesses to their strengths. Number 3, pleasant events. Schedule pleasant activities or events. This is up to whom? To you. You have to take the initiative, and you have to plan it. Plan something that you like, that's pleasant, favorable, and makes you happy. This is important. I think it's a key. If you're dealing with depression, you want to find happy moments and joy. So plan it, take the initiative. We always say you men take the initiative. Don't wait for yourself to, by the way, be in the mood. That may never happen. You're depressed. Just do it. Schedule something fun for yourself. Give yourself, here's their example, give yourself permission for a 30-minute vacation or schedule a healthy hobby every day. So whatever you like hiking, take a 30-minute hike every day. You like reading a book, reading gives me immense pleasure. When at night, no matter what's happened during the day, no matter what deal has gone awry or we didn't accomplish what we wanted, if I read a book, I usually feel fantastic. So that's for me. What is your thing? You figure out your thing. And you can pencil it in and plan it. Write it down. Make a thing. Perhaps it's watching an inspiring movie that can inspire you with a hero in it. Maybe that does it. I don't know what your thing is. What else? We always say this. They have it here too. Gratitude. We used to say, write down 5 things at the beginning of the day you are grateful for. And at the end of the night, if you're dealing with depression, I think you should write down 5 things you're grateful for. You have a roof over your head? Do you have your health? I don't know if you do or not. Do you have your mom that's alive or dad? Do you have one friend? Those are some things you could be thankful for and grateful for, right? So keep that on your computer or somewhere. Keep a gratitude journal. And count your victories. Be grateful for what you have. Engagement. Stay in the present. Number 4. This practice is sometimes called mindfulness. Now, as best you can during activities, try not to be in your head with self-judgment. We say get out of your head. You may not be able to turn off the self-judgment, but you can notice it and bring yourself back to where you're at, right? You're with somebody, don't be on the phone, be with them. You're out with a great friend, enjoy the friendship. Research shows that people with higher self-compassion also have higher self-worth or self-confidence. 5, these are simple things that everybody can do. You ready? Number 5, exercise and eat right too. I went to the gym yesterday and lifted heavy weights. So I do these things. And I read a book last night after work. So you can do these things, right? I went to the gym after work and then read a book after work. So I do a lot of this. I do moderate exercise about 5 times a week, 30 minutes a pop. So that can help your mood. And I read another piece, an article where if you walk outside and see green and trees, it's going to make you feel better. So that's a possibility. Also, pay attention to the food or drink you eat. It's talking about carbs, junk foods, and energy drinks. Remember moderation. Number 6, relationships. We talk about this all the time. Have great friends, right? And talk to them and do things with them. But what do we say? You're the average of 5 people you hang around. Focus on people who what? Lift you up, inspire you, right? We talk about this all the time. Pick a date, ask them to do something, you set it up, you take the initiative, and build great friendships, friends that inspire and lift you up and build you up. You pick your friends, so it's up to you. You can set the times up. So, interaction, social connection, you need it. You need friends. Most people need friends and social interaction. So be careful of isolating it so you can have alone time, right? Many people need alone time. So you can have alone time. I'm just saying get out sometimes with friends. Because if you're depressed, you can go in a hole and isolate and get depressed because isolation a lot of times in these polls goes with depression. 7, sleep regularly. Try to keep a regular sleep schedule. Keep it balanced, not too little, not too much. So pick these skills. Try to do as many as you can to see what works for you and do it more. If you like this subject, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you and have a magnificent day.